Welcome to Future Brain Tech, where we explore the tragic origins and heroic triumphs of the galaxy's most legendary guardians today. Our story begins in the cold, sterile hallways of OrgoTech Labs, a place where morality was completely abandoned for scientific progress. Here, the sinister Dr. Omega conducted horrific experiments on innocent creatures, seeking to engineer the perfect biological weapon for his army. Among these unfortunate subjects was a small, frightened creature named Rex, who possessed an unusually high intelligence and a gentle spirit. Day after day, Rex endured agonizing cybernetic enhancements, slowly losing his natural form while gaining devastating technological abilities and deep trauma. Dr. Omega showed absolutely no mercy, treating Rex merely as a numbered asset, rather than a living being with real feelings. The metallic implants fused with his bones, transforming the innocent creature into a heavily armed tactical genius known as Rex Rocket. Despite the immense physical and emotional pain, Rex secretly planned his daring escape from the nightmarish confines of the cruel laboratory. He managed to break free, leaving his tragic past behind, but the psychological scars of those brutal experiments would remain forever. Years later, Rex found a new family among a band of misfit heroes known across the universe as the Brave Guardians.
Coordinates locked in,
Together
Rex.
with Star Captain Quill, Nebula X, Drax Titan, Mantis Mind, and Groot Prime, they protected the galaxy from countless threats. But the shadows of his dark history suddenly caught up with him when the incredibly powerful Solar Warlock launched a surprise attack. The Golden Warrior struck with blinding speed and overwhelming force, targeting the team's headquarters and causing massive destruction in an instant. During the chaotic battle, Rex Rocket bravely threw himself into the line of fire to protect his beloved friends from certain doom. A devastating energy blast struck Rex directly, bypassing his armor and severely damaging the cybernetic core that kept him alive today. The team managed to repel Solar Warlock,
Get him up!
but
We
the
need
victory
cover!
was hollow as they found their small friend bleeding and unconscious.
Hold on, kid. Stay
Medical
with us.
scanners revealed a terrifying truth. A proprietary kill switch inside his chest prevented them from performing any life-saving surgical procedures. Any attempt to bypass the lock without the original override code would instantly terminate his vital organs and end his life forever. Star Captain Quill looked
Listen
at his
up.
dying friend,
We have one shot at
realizing
this.
that the only way to save
Rex
him
and I will
was to
take point.
infiltrate
The
OrgoTech
rest of
Labs
you,
immediately.
cover the flanks. No
The
mistakes.
stakes were incredibly high, but the Guardians never leave a teammate behind, no matter how impossible the dangerous mission might seem. They quickly formulated a
Sector
desperate
Gamma.
plan
The
to
energy
break into the
readings are
most
spiking.
secure
That
corporate
shouldn't be
facility
possible
in the
with the new
galaxy
dampeners
to
installed.
retrieve the vital passkey.
Are we sure the
Nebula
schematics are up
X
to date?
utilized her cybernetic interfaces to hack into the outer defense grid, creating a temporary blind spot for their stealth approach. The team's ship silently glided through the colorful nebula, approaching the massive, fleshy organic structure that served as Dr. Omega's primary headquarters. Donning specialized stealth suits, they infiltrated the lower maintenance levels, carefully avoiding the heavily armed security patrols roaming the dark metallic corridors. Drax Titan wanted to charge in and destroy everything, but Mantis Mind calmed his raging emotions, reminding him of their stealth objective. Meanwhile, Rex lay in the medical bay, his life slowly fading away as his mind wandered through painful memories of his past. He remembered his fellow test subjects, innocent creatures who dreamed of flying in the beautiful blue sky, far away from their cages. Those memories fueled his will to survive, even as the cold darkness threatened to consume his fading consciousness in the quiet room. Back at the facility, the team encountered a massive biometric security vault that required a unique genetic signature to open its doors.
Don't move, Quill.
Suddenly, a familiar figure
over.
stepped out from the shadows, holding a blaster aimed directly at Star Captain Quill's head in the darkness. It was Shadow Gamora, a fierce warrior from an alternate timeline who had absolutely no romantic memories of her time with Quill. Quill lowered his weapon, his eyes filled with a mixture of profound joy and heartbreaking sorrow at seeing her familiar face again. He tried to charm her with his usual witty banter, hoping to spark a connection that simply did not exist in her.
Again?
Gamora remained entirely unimpressed,
You look
rolling
stunning
her
when you're
eyes at his
threatening
clumsy
me. How
attempts
about
at
dinner
flirting,
instead?
while keeping her heavy blaster firm-pointed at
Just
him.
get to the rendezvous point.
Despite the awkward tension, she revealed that she was hired by a rival syndicate to steal valuable data from this exact location. Realizing their goals aligned, they formed an uneasy temporary alliance to breach the vault and retrieve their respective targets from the mainframe. Working together, Gamora's lethal
All
combat
units,
skills
move up.
perfectly
We have
complemented
visual on
the
the
team's
target.
chaotic fighting
Engage.
style as they easily dispatched the remaining security guard forces. Groot Prime extended his massive wooden branches, creating an impenetrable shield to block incoming laser fire, while Nebula bypassed the final lock. The heavy vault doors hissed open, revealing a vast, glowing chamber filled with countless digital records and dark secrets of the corporation. Quill frantically searched the master terminal, typing rapidly as he hunted for the specific encryption key needed to save his dying friend. Time was running out. The medical monitors
No,
back on their
Rex.
ship indicated that
Hold
Rex's
on.
heart rate was dropping to dangerously low levels. Suddenly,
Attention, command
alarms
staff.
blared loudly throughout
Your
the facility
efforts have been
as Dr.
inadequate.
Omega himself
I
appeared
am
on
in
the giant
control
holographic
now.
screens, mocking their desperate rescue attempt. The cruel scientist activated the facility's lockdown protocols, trapping the team inside the vault while heavily armed drones flooded into the corridor. A fierce firefight erupted, with Drax laughing maniacally as he smashed drones into pieces using his bare hands and immense physical strength. Mantis used her empathic powers to confuse the biological components of the hybrid guards, turning them against each other in the chaos. Gamora fought with incredible grace and deadly precision, her acrobatic movements mesmerizing Quill even in the midst of a life-threatening battle.
We got it!
Finally, Quill found the specific data file containing the override code, downloading it swiftly to his portable drive with a triumphant shout. With the code secured, they needed a quick exit. Groot unleashed a massive root attack, shattering the reinforced glass window in space. Using their gravity boots and emergency jetpacks, the team leaped out into the starry void, narrowly escaping the exploding drone army behind. They rushed back to their spaceship, where Rex was clinging to the very edge of life, his breathing shallow and incredibly weak. Nebula hastily plugged the portable drive into the medical bay console, fingers flying across the keyboard to input the complex override sequence. The system accepted the code, disabling the fatal kill switch and allowing the automated surgical arms to finally begin repairing his wounds. The entire team held their breath as they watched the glowing monitors, waiting in agonizing silence for any sign of positive recovery. Slowly, Rex's heart rate stabilized, and his small eyes fluttered open, greeted by the relieved and tearful faces of his chosen family. A collective sigh of immense relief washed over the room, and even the stoic Drax wiped a single tear from his cheek. The mission was far from happening. While inside the vault, Quill had discovered something truly horrifying, hidden within the encrypted
All
files.
20,000
Dr.
specimens
Omega
are
was
accounted
preparing to
for.
launch a massive ship filled with thousands
Prepare
of new
for
test
departure.
subjects to begin another cruel experiment phase. Rex, still weak but fueled by righteous anger, insisted that they could not leave those innocent creatures to suffer his terrible fate. The Guardians unanimously agreed, turning their ship around to launch a full-scale assault on Dr. Omega's massive departing laboratory command vessel. Gamora decided to stay and help, realizing that beneath her cold exterior, she still possessed a strong moral compass and warrior spirit. They blasted through the enemy, their colorful weapons lighting up the dark expanse of space in a beautiful display. Boarding the massive ship, they fought their way toward the central control room, determined to stop the mad scientist once and forever. Dr. Omega unleashed his ultimate creation, a towering cybernetic monster designed specifically to destroy the Guardians and protect his twisted scientific vision. The beast was incredibly powerful, easily swatting Drax aside and shrugging off Quill's blaster fire as if it were merely annoying insects. But Rex, utilizing his technical genius, identified a critical flaw in the monster's armor plating near its glowing plasma energy core center. He directed the team's coordinated attacks, creating a perfect distraction that allowed Gamora to deliver a devastating strike to the weak. The monster's creation exploded in a blinding flash of light, leaving Dr. Omega completely defenseless against the united power of the Guardians.
It's over, Doctor.
Rex stood
You
before
finally
his former
lose.
tormentor, his weapon raised, and memories of his pain screaming for violent retribution and ultimate bloody vengeance. But looking at his friends, Rex realized that killing the Doctor would not erase the past and heal his deeply wounded soul. Instead, he lowered his weapon, choosing mercy over murder, proving that he was fundamentally better than the monster who created him today.
You're gonna doom us all!
They locked up Dr. Omega in a holding cell, leaving him to face cosmic justice for his countless crimes against innocent life forms. The team then hurried to the massive containment rooms where thousands of frightened creatures were locked away in cold, dark metal cages. Mantis used her gentle, empathic touch to calm the terrified animals, projecting feelings of safety and warmth into their traumatized little minds. Nebula and Quill worked tirelessly to deactivate the locks, opening every single cage and freeing the innocent subjects from their prisons. Rex watched as the creatures stepped out into freedom, tears of profound joy streaming down his furry face for the first time. They safely transported all the rescued animals to a lush, peaceful sanctuary planet, ensuring they would never experience such horrific pain again. As they watched the creatures run freely through the beautiful green fields, the team felt a deep sense of accomplishment and peace. However, the intense journey had fundamentally changed them all, making them realize that their time together as a unified team was ending. Quill finally accepted that this version of Gamora was not his lost love, and he needed to let her go find herself. They shared a quiet and respectful talk before she boarded her own ship, flying off into the vast unknown cosmos
I must
to
be
seek
going
adventure.
now.
Mantis realized she had spent her
Safe
entire
travels,
life following
Mantis.
others, and decided
We'll
it
miss
was
you.
time to discover her own unique personal destiny. Accompanied by massive, gentle beasts she had befriended, she embarked on a solitary journey of self-discovery across the beautiful, shining stars. Drax, having finally found peace with his tragic past, chose to stay on the sanctuary planet to protect and raise the creatures. The fierce warrior transitioned into a gentle father figure, finding true happiness in nurturing life rather than destroying his many sworn enemies. Nebula took command of the city they had helped build, using her strict leadership skills to govern and protect its diverse citizens. She transformed from a bitter, tortured assassin into a respected, compassionate leader, finally escaping the dark shadow of her cruel, abusive father. Quill returned to his home planet Earth to reconnect with his grandfather, seeking a simple, normal life after decades of cosmic adventures. Eating breakfast at a quiet suburban table, he finally found the peaceful grounding he had been subconsciously searching for all these years. As for Rex, he was no longer running from his past. He accepted his identity as a brilliant leader and a hero. He formed a brand new team of Guardians, including a massive, fully grown Groot and several other extraordinary, powerful young misfits. They sat together on a dusty desert planet, listening to classic rock music while waiting for their next dangerous, thrilling cosmic assignment. Rex smiled genuinely, knowing that while his original family had disbanded, the enduring spirit of the Guardians would live on forever. Their incredible journey teaches us that our deep traumas do not define our future, and true family is always forged through forgiveness and deep compassion are often the most powerful weapons we can possibly wield against the overwhelming darkness in this vast universe. Every ending is simply a new beginning, a perfect chance to discover who we are truly meant to be in this life. Thank you for joining us on this emotional, action-packed adventure through the stars, exploring the legendary legacy of these incredible heroes. Please remember to like and subscribe to Future Brain Tech for more amazing cinematic stories. Until next time, keep looking up today.